nice, Matty, very nice.
Thank you, Peachy. What we're doing tonight? What we're doing? Just the usual crap.
Oh, yes, we'll do a bit of entertaining.
Just the usually classy show, eh?
Oh, yes.
You're looking very glamorous tonight. Sitting in your chair there. Well, I mean, you look very European, I would say.
Oh, it's funny you should say that, Matty. It's funny you should say that. I've just returned from the continent.
You look like you've been in Naples or somewhere like that. You may have been in Naples.
Oh, you've got the country right, but no, I was actually in Rome.
What are you doing in Rome?
Oh, well, it's a long story. It goes back years and years, Matty. But to cut it short, I was invited to the funeral as a VIP guest to the funeral of the former Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi. Oh, yes, oh, what a man. The thought of him just makes me shiggle in joy. Oh,
what on earth did you have to do with that fella? What on earth did you have to do with him?
Oh, well, you see, I was a regular attendee at his bunga parties. Oh, yes. Oh, they were marvellous occasions. They had everybody there, and when I say everybody, they were mostly female, about 7 times younger than Silvio himself, apart from me. Well, we weren't quite the same age, you know, but I used to keep them all in order, you know. Yes. Oh, yes, we used to get up to some marvellous activities, including donkey riding, sea swimming, and kites on the lawn. And on one occasion we actually played croquet, and old Silvio, oh, what a gentleman he was. We were short of a hoop. So he stood on the lawn and opened his legs like a croquet hoop, and we had his balls through it. Yes, oh, wonderful.
Look at. So you've been to his funeral, eh? You've been to his funeral. What was it like?
Oh, Matty, oh. Well, I spoke to him on the phone not so long ago, you know, and he was getting on a bit. He was in his late 80s by then. Well, he was when he died as well, you know. Yes, but I phoned him and he was like, oh, you'll never guess what. They've just given me a fixed penalty order, a fixed penalty notice for having those bunga parties over 20 years ago. And you know what he said to me? He was like, oh, as I come and go, oh, I don't understand these pencils, oh. So he said, oh, the lira, oh, I don't understand. And he started to cry, Matty, you've never seen him. So I suggested he ring old Boris in London, you know, because he had his own form of bunga parties. I got an invite to one of them, you know, but I didn't go. I couldn't go. I was otherwise engaged. I was in my lockdown den. Oh, but that's another story, Matty. So anyway, Silvio, he rang Boris in London, and he was just over the moon to receive the advice. Yes, just talk of parties. Oh, it passed over, and then so Silvio died, so he didn't really have to pay his fixed penalty notices. Oh, but my dear old Boris, oh, how lovely he was. I don't know. I see he's leaving now. Oh, another one of my fellows has just disappeared again.
Well, that certainly covered the subject.
Oh, but there's lots more.
Well, I know there's lots more, but you do look terribly European. You look very sensational and stunning tonight, Peachy. I think. So that's... we might as well get on with the show, eh? All our listeners will be waiting. We'll have to get on with it. There's Randy. Oh, Randy's just arrived, look. He's just come in. Are you all right over there?
Cooey!
That was me doing an impression of Peachy Pineapple. Say hello to him then, Peachy.
Oh, Randy, how are you? Oh, I forget he doesn't speak, does he? Oh, no.
No, listeners, that's it. He doesn't speak. Randy Dell, our producer over there, sitting down. I see you've got a new chair anyway. And another thing is, you've actually found my pipe and my mouth organ. Yes, I see they're back on the desk, yeah. And you've got our hooter. We've got everything back now, so we've got our pitman's lamp, just in case we lose power. Yes, that's right. Good show. I'll give you that one. Anyway, we better get on. Play the thing, will you?
It's hard to stay up, it's been a long, long day, and you've got the Sandman at the door. But hang on, leave the TV on, and let's do it anyway. It's okay, you can always sleep through work tomorrow, okay? Hey, hey, tomorrow's just your future yesterday. Tear the cork off the wall, forget the wake-up call, 'cause the night's not nearly through. Wipe the sleep from your eyes, give yourself a surprise. Let your worries wait another day. And if you stay too late at the bar, at least you made it out this far. So make up your mind and say, let's do it anyway. It's okay, you can always sleep through work tomorrow, okay? Hey, hey, tomorrow's just your future yesterday. Life's too short to worry about the things that you can live without. And I regret to say the morning light is hours away. The world could be such a fright, but it belongs to us tonight. What's the point of going to bed? You look so lovely when your eyes are red. Tomorrow's just your future yesterday. The world can be such a fright, but it belongs to us tonight. What's the point of going to bed? You look so lovely when your eyes are red. It's hard to stay up, it's been a long, long day, and you've got the Sandman at the door. But hang on, leave the TV on, and let's do it anyway. It's okay, you can always sleep through work tomorrow, okay? Hey, hey, tomorrow's just your future yesterday. Tomorrow's just your future yesterday.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Back of Midnight Show here on Speaker Internet Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube. We're on everything these days. We seem to be on everything. I'm your host, Radio's Matty James Erskine, here with Peachy Pineapple, aka Penelope Pumpkins, Randy Dell in the producer's seat. It's been very hot again today, hasn't it? Peachy? Oh, yes, yes. Oh, wake up, will you? Wake up. Oh, yes, Matty. Oh, I was still thinking about old Silvio Berlusconi and them bunga parties. Well, you'll just have to stop thinking about him for a minute while we do our thing. Look, we're just on for not very long, 12:30 in the morning. Hey, it's not really radio, is it? It's just, we're just like filling a gap. Huh? That's right. Anyway, I suppose it's been a very good day up the Reed Valley and everywhere else round about today, local area. We go everywhere now, worldwide. We even got to the Philippines the other day. By boat. Anyway, we're back now in recording in your district. Yes, we're taping the show tonight. It was live the other night. Very good experience, wasn't it, Peachy? Oh, yes, I like being live. Yes, I get lots of flowers otherwise. Oh, right. But the one thing that hasn't been good, apparently, I was reading, it hasn't been good for the actors on the new Shane Warne movie called Warnie. You know, Shane Warne, he was the brilliant and superstar spinner from Australia. Used to flick that wrist. But they're making a new They're making a new film about him, and it's called Warnie. And this is a film, and the two actors, Alex Williams and Simone Callahan, they've had an accident filming a sizzly sex scene. A sizzly sex scene. Apparently, Williams has split his head open and Kennedy broke her wrist. Alex Williams split his head open and Marnie Kennedy broke her wrist when they missed the bed when he attempted to scoop her up for a sizzly scene. Can you imagine, Peachy? Yes. Tried to scoop her up and it was like, bang. They missed the bed, right? So then the producer apparently called wide instead of cut. When it was revealed, everything wasn't well. And you can imagine them there, can't you? Lying on the floor like, oh. A witness said the star spinner, who had the real Shane Warne, who had an explosive career and an explosive love life to match, apparently Williams was playing the part perfectly until the incident in which he tried to flip her. It slipped out wrong, hit the deck hard, and the physio was called out. It wasn't so much how's that, but how you doing? Both the actors ended up in hospital packed with pensioners. That's right. Apparently they ended up, What do you think? That's where you would go, wouldn't it, Peachy? Are you a pensioner yet?
Oh, no. I'm just listening to Shane Warne. Oh, another marvellous Australian. Oh, my word. By goodness, the thighs on that man. Oh, they bring back very happy memories.
Well, so apparently when they went to the hospital, the pensioners, it was full of pensioners, you know? And it was, they just got sat down and he's got a bandage on his head and Marnie Kennedy's got her wrist up in the air, holding it up and so it doesn't hurt and things like this. And it wouldn't have happened in Richie Benner's day, this, you know. Bradman wouldn't have allowed this to happen. Ian Chappell probably wouldn't have minded, really. And old Tubby Taylor, he didn't mind at all when it happened. No, it wouldn't have happened in Bradman's day. Scooping her up. Anyway, Shane Warne, the actual Shane Warne, he died suddenly and sadly in the recent past. And he got a state funeral in Melbourne. Now, Melbourne's the sort of city, I don't know about now, but apparently Melbourne's the sort of city. Peachy, you'll know about this. Have you been to Melbourne?
Oh, yes. Oh, I went to Melbourne. I'll tell you a funny story. Oh, the story. I went into a bar in Melbourne. And it's like, the Prime Minister at the time was a fella named Bob Hawke. Oh, yes, I remember him. I went into this bar and the Prime Minister was in it. Oh, he was standing. Oh, do you want a beer, mate? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I remember when Bob Hawke bought me a beer in a bar in Melbourne.
And what was the bar? What was it called now?
Oh, it was called the Crazy Horse Strip Club. Oh, yes.
Right, steady on now. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Yes, 50,000 people attended his state funeral. Can you imagine if 50,000 people attended our funeral? Well, it hasn't happened yet, so we can't. We might not suggest otherwise, might we? No. It might get close at yours, because you've known a few people over the years, haven't you, Peachy? Yes. That's me impersonating you.
Oh, that wasn't very good. Oh, no, that wasn't very good, Matty. Oh, no, you can't do that. Oh, no.
Speaker is responsible. Can we get on now, can we? Where were we up to? Well, Williams was playing the part of a maverick, curvy blonde who was a gregarious, outgoing party man who liked to drink cigarettes and plenty of other inhalants. Isn't that right, Peachy?
Oh, yes.
I don't know who he plays in the movie, but the real Warnie declared that he wanted to go